We all know how easy it is to lay out a clear list of criteria for someone to meet our expectations if we would like to enter into an intimate relationship with them. What about us? What about you? Meaning, what are the characteristics that you have to have in order to be desirable for a relationship? You know, what makes you qualified to enter into a relationship with the person? Your emotions will tell you to say and do whatever you feel at that moment, but that might not be the right thing to do. This is the Intimate Relationship series. In this series, we talk about all things related to intimate relationships, from the beginning to the middle, all the way to the end, in how to get back into a relationship once you have ended one. Which I hope that no one experienced that, but that is the reality of intimate relationships. So this series will be providing advice and effective tips to help you become more successful and happy in your journey and your desire to attain and sustain an intimate relationship, regardless of what stage you are at now or what you currently understand or know about intimate relationships. Hey there, how are you? I'm Shaltiel Ben Israel, the face and founder of Lead Yourself. The purpose of Lead Yourself is to help you in your journey of being happy and successful and sustaining that happiness and success more easier. We all know how easy it is to lay out a clear list of criteria for someone to meet our expectations if we would like to enter into an intimate relationship with them. That's easy. We do it all the time. It's very popular. Well, you have to have this amount of money, or you have to have be this tall, or you have to have these characteristics. You have to have this, that. It's very easy. But the question is, what about us? What about you? Meaning, what are the characteristics that you have to have in order to be desirable for a relationship? What makes you qualified to enter into a relationship with the person? Now, I know that you must need to mold and configure your yourself according to the person. That's when you're actually in the building stage of building a relationship. But there is some basic qualities that you can work on, that you can be aware of, that will make you a qualified person to work and be successful and have a high chance in being successful in any interaction with a person when it relates to intimate relationships. For example, are you understanding and patient? Are you aware of that? That's needed in all relationships. Doesn't matter who you meet. Are you you have emotional intelligence? Do you know what is that? How to identify it? These different things that will just put you in a position and prepare you to give you a higher chance first to be the right person for that person, but also more so, which is will equip you in personality-wise, will equip you in how to better build a relationship, the skill set needed to build and sustain a happy relationship. In this video, I will provide you with 3 tips which will help you prepare yourself for the journey that you will need to take, or that you are taking, in order to attain and sustain a happy, intimate relationship. Tip number 1. Many times in intimate relationships, even at the beginning, inside the relationship, or whatever stage, sometimes we have the feel that we need to silence ourselves and don't speak of the things that makes us uncomfortable or bother us because we are afraid to offend or step on the toes of our partner. This is very bad. This number 1 tip is to tell you that if anything is bothering you, talk about it. Communicate it to your partner. Give them the chance to understand that something is bothering you, and also that will give them the chance to decide if they want to change that or not. Don't live and don't dwell within a situation where you are not comfortable, and the reason that is because your partner is saying, doing, or acting a certain kind of way. This tip is very important for any and every stage of the relationship. Meaning when you first start the negotiations and communicating regarding the relationship and building the relationship, if anything is bothering you, communicate it. Now, there is a very effective strategy that we will be discussing in further videos regarding how and the best way to communicate these issues or these things that's bothering you. But the tip here today is that if anything is bothering you, making you uncomfortable, annoying you, anything regarding the communication between the person that you desire or are in an intimate relationship with, say it. Speak out. Communicate it. Tip number 2 is a tag on to tip number 1, which is tip number 1, just a small review, is that if something is bothering you about your partner, say it. Tip number 2 is basically referring to learning and develop the skill of how to say that which is bothering you about your partner. When, how. I will be developing a special video on this, so stay tuned, and comment in the box and let me know if you want the video communicating exactly how to share these things that's bothering you to your partner. I will make sure that you get that privately. But the tip here in short is that it's not enough to just communicate that which is bothering you about your partner. You have to learn and develop the skill on how to communicate that which is bothering you about your partner. Tip number 3 is also a tag on to tip number 2, because tip number 2 says learn how to communicate or when to communicate the things that's bothering you about your partner. Tip number 3 is control your emotions. Learn the skill, the art, the patience of how to control your emotions. Again, I will be developing a special video regarding on strategies mentally, physically, on how to control your emotions. So if you want that video, let me know inside the comment box, and I will make sure that you get that privately. But the key here is that once you know how, once you learn how and when and develop the skill on how to communicate the things that's bothering you about your partner, you will understand quickly that in order to actually follow that plan, you have to control your emotions, because your emotions will tell you to say and do whatever you feel at that moment. But that might not be the right thing to do. So that's why it's important to learn how to control your emotions. This tip number 3 can be very relevant to a lot of other aspects or videos that we will be communicating in this series, but related to communicating the things that's bothering you about your partner, you will have to master and learn how to control your emotions. So them are the 3 tips for this video. Just a quick review. Number 1 is communicate the things that's bothering you about your partner. Number 2 is learn when and how to communicate the things that's bothering you about your partner. And number 3 is learn how to control your emotions. If you liked the information shared in this video, let me know. Press the like button. Get the information also to other people like yourself so they also can be informed and become conscious and aware of this information.